Thank everyone for being here. My name is Al Canoe. I'm with Life Camp. We're here today with our CEO and founder of Life Camp and our Congresswoman. And I know we've joined by also a council member. Before we start, of course, I want to thank each and every one of you, the residents, and of course the media, for being here to talk about what is important and why we are here as a community. So I want to bring up our CEO and founder of Life Camp, Ms. Erica Ford.
Today we want to take the opportunity to thank Congresswoman Meng for supporting Life Camp, for allowing us to extend our Queens All In for Peace campaign to her district, the 6th Congressional District, as we work together to make peace a lifestyle, not only in Queens, but across the nation. And it's with congresspeople like Congresswoman Meng who we are able to bring peace to people's homes, to do pop-ups for peace and a lot of things that we're going to be launching this summer here in this housing development and throughout the district. And we hope that people understand that it is together, collectively, not based on district lines, but based on the principle that as human beings, we have the right to live free of violence. And we are here to make sure that the 6th Congressional District stands in those principles and that we work together, to do this, right? And so, we look forward to making these differences, not only, because with Congresswoman Meng supporting community violence intervention, it also helps from the White House down to this block change the narrative of how we address the disease of violence. So we thank you, we thank you, we thank you. Yes.
Thank you so much, Erica Ford, and I just want to give another round of applause to Erica and to Al and the whole team. You guys make us look really professional. Usually it's like 3 of us. I'm Congresswoman Grace Meng. I'm proud to represent parts of Queens in Congress in Washington, D.C. And I am so grateful to the work and the heart of Life Camp for the outstanding job it does in continuing to tackle the proliferation of guns and gun crimes in our borough here in Queens and throughout the whole city. For 2 decades, Life Camp has worked non-stop to reduce the scourge of gun violence, and I commend the group for all its tireless efforts. I really want to thank again our founder and CEO, Erica Ford, for her tremendous and exceptional leadership, for her vision, and for her compassion for the kids and the families in our Queens district. We have all seen the horrifying shootings that have taken place across our country, including right here in New York and throughout Queens. These incidents have been devastating. You often hear a lot on TV about mass shootings in large places where members of the public congregate. But we have those incidents, tragic incidents, right here in the small pockets within our own neighborhoods. And that is not talked about enough. That is rarely recognized on the floor of the House in Congress. And that's why the work that we do within our neighborhoods and our smaller communities is even more important. Gun violence is a health epidemic. It cannot be ignored. It is a public health crisis. In Congress, I have worked alongside our President Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris to pass reasonable and common sense gun safety reform to help prevent future tragedies from happening. It's also important to ensure that communities have the resources they need to keep our streets safer. And that includes assisting local groups who have their ears and eyes to the ground, like Life Camp. I've long admired the work of Life Camp from afar. And I always get jealous when I meet good groups and good leaders. And I always ask, how can we have their work and their fruits of their labor in our district? And so here we are. from the famous Peace Mobile behind me, I've been in, I recommend it, to the mentoring of our young people, workforce and education services it provides. Life Camp's programs have made such a difference in fighting the violence that impacts youth and families. Not every kid has someone to go home to or has someone to call when they had a rough day at school. And sometimes the only person they know to go to is someone who is offering them solutions that are violent and not peaceful. And so it's really important that we have groups like this. Life Camp has been seeking to expand to other parts of our city, and this money that we secured will allow them to increase its reach to my congressional district in West, Central, and Northeast Queens, where we are right now. I am so excited to do my small part to help Life Camp have an even more impactful and larger reach within our district. We all have to band together to work to save lives. It is the responsibility of each and every one of us. We can't look at a kid who has entered onto a path of violence and say, that's someone else's kid. That's someone from a bad neighborhood. No, because it's all of us. They are all our children. When all of our children are successful, when they can all choose productive and peaceful lives, we all benefit as a community, as a city, and as a country. Remember that a single bullet doesn't just destroy one life. It shatters entire families and entire communities. So in closing, I can't thank enough Life Camp for all it does. I look forward to working with Erica and her staff to help all of our neighborhoods. You're not going anywhere. But I also encourage people, if you don't know about Life Camp, and I want to thank the media for being here, look on their website, take a look at their social media, check out some of the programs. They really are very worthwhile, and I just want to welcome everyone to find ways that we can support efforts like this. So thank you so much.
I want to take a second, because I did pass the baton. And so I want to introduce the new co-executive directors, just Tiffany Lamella, Diana Lemon. As we address violence as a disease, people heading up the campaign that we will be doing here, I want to introduce Kepper, who's our Chief Wellness Officer, and Marcel, who is the Director of Wellness. And then we believe in co-producing public safety. And so I want to introduce our Chief of Streets, A.U. Hogan, our Deputy Chief of Streets, Anthony Jennings and Brian Fulton. Right? And so it is a team that makes this happen, and the men and women in orange who make this happen, right? They're on the front line interrupting and mediating conflict on a day-to-day basis, whether they're in a school, like our lovely principal who's here, from arts and business, right? Whether they're in the community, in housing developments, on hot blocks, in churches, in everywhere, like anywhere you could think of, in a hospital when the situation happens. Because as the Congresswoman said, a bullet just doesn't impact one person. It destroys families, right? And so we are here to work together with this community and all communities to make peace a lifestyle.
I'm going to bring up Councilwoman Ung to come and say a few words.
Councilwoman Sandra Ung representing this district right here, 20, and I'm excited to stay along with Congresswoman Meng, Erica Ford, and the whole team from Life Camp, and our community partners from Plan to address the significant step forward in the ongoing efforts to address the gun violence crisis. Gun violence, as said, is not only a law enforcement issue, it's also a public health crisis. And that's why I'm thrilled to see the Life Camp's innovative and award-winning programs brought right here to Flushing, other parts of District, Congresswoman District 6. And this holistic approach focusing on mental and physical well-being has proven to be incredibly effective in transforming entire communities and empowering individuals to lead a life free from violence. If you have seen the incredible impact and success that Life Camp has had over the last 2 decades in addressing violence in Southeast Queens, excited to think that we have the similar impact right here in Flushing, Queens. Again, I want to thank Congresswoman Grace Meng for securing the federal funding to expand this amazing work across the borough in this district. I also, again, want to commend Erica for having the vision to do this right here in Flushing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Yeah, I was just about to do that. I want to recognize Councilmember Kim's office, Tony, and I also want to recognize Public Advocate Office, Jumaane Williams office. But I want people to understand that this is not the beginning. We didn't just come here today. We've been here. Therefore, I want to bring Principal Ana to just say a few words of the work Life Camp has been doing in our school for the last 2 years.
Ana Zambrano-Burakov. I'm here, the principal of the High School for Arts and Business in Corona, Queens. I'm very thankful to Life Camp. We have had several times a bus at our school. I know I can call when I have a kid in crisis and there will be someone 24 hours that would answer that phone and say, Principal, I am here for you. I love the giant thinkers that have been coming because it's showing kids that no matter what happens, you can overcome anything if you have the right support. So I'm very thankful, and I wish to continue this partnership for many more years to come, not only in my school, but I hope that other schools embrace it as well. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Principal. That's just to taste some of the work we do. We do have some of the tenants, including the tenant president, Ms. Tamika. I'll bring you up to say a few words.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here to see that Life Camp is expanding past South Queens. I want to thank Grace Meng for this funding. I want to thank Erica Ford for her vision. I also look forward to seeing this expanded to different developments like Pominock and Latimer and all of the developments in Queens North. To have a therapeutic operation like this helps our communities when we're constantly seeing the rise in the violence in our communities. Unfortunately, Pominock is seeing an uptick in gun violence in our communities, and we look forward to having Life Camp come and talk to the kids and come to the school and actually talk to the adults and have the bus where people can walk on and get services, because these services are not always offered in some of our communities. But today we celebrate the day where Life Camp will be expanded, not only in Queens, but across the borders without any lines. Thank you.
We have one more president to bring, of course, Ms. Bridget, the brand president, tenant president. Please come up.
I just want to thank everyone that's on this team, each and every one of you, for being here. Our residents were super excited to work along with each and every one. It's important, like they said, you know, I know it sounds cliche, but children is our future, and we need to look after them. We can't abandon them. So we're looking very forward to this partnership, and thank you. I'm not a woman of much words, but we're very excited, and with the community excited and our residents. So thank you so much.
With that said, I want to thank everyone for being here. I want to make sure I didn't forget anyone. I want to thank everyone for being here, and we are going to take a picture. And of course, I'll bring back Erica Ford, our CEO and founder, to just give a closing remark, and then we can take a picture. That's the end of it. Oh, well, thank you everyone for being here. We're going to take a picture. Does anyone have a question? We can take questions. Congresswoman Meng will have we work 24/7.
24/7.
Life Camp address crisis 24/7.
The kids on Sundays in basketball court right there.
All right. So you can
That
go.
might not be the type of work that we do. We might not be here playing basketball on Sunday.
No,
but
I'm a coach. I'm just.
We got you.
Yeah.
even with that, we have 18 boys that's willing to get involved and do things that can benefit them. You know,
Yeah,
they're
we have
looking for something to do.
We're going to have
That's
a
the spring break.
conversation with y'all about the work that we do, the type of work, and the individuals that we work with.
Okay, I think Princess said she's going to set up a meeting